Evie, so nice to be with you. You gosh darn beautiful human being. How are you?
Thank you. I am a little frazzled this morning.
Yeah,
I set like so many alarms.
You're on the West Coast, so you're a couple hours behind me. Yeah.
Like normally I wake up at like 8, but like nope, you're waking up at 9:50. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Right before. So feel free to take your time. You got notes. Feel free to take your time, take a deep breath, whatever you need to do. We're gonna have ourselves a lovely time. I'm so happy to finally get to hear your voice and sort of bridge that divide.
Yes,
so nice to get to hang out with you each day in the chat, and I think smoke copious amounts of weed, and that's always good. Of course. Yes. So I was really happy that you were willing to join me today on the show. I invite people here in the spirit of building leftist unity, strength, and power. And I've been pleasantly surprised to find that people who don't necessarily stream, they want in on the action too. And I think this is one of those ways that surprisingly, I didn't expect this, but I think we can actually build leftist unity, strength, and pride by pulling people in from the chat and getting y'all involved in the show. And of course, we want to hear about your story. People are going to relate to you. You're going to have a lot to share with people, perhaps some really great life tips that we can steal from you so I can monetize it for content.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course. So thank you again for joining me today, EB. You're this just beautiful human that I got to know just from hanging out in my chat. And what I'd love to do is talk about how you got how did you find me? Because I didn't find you. You found me. Yeah.
Yes, I found you. So yes, I did a little digging to try and figure out how I got to you. And the path was ContraPoints' voting video, Vosh's video on that one, and then he a interview of Denham's. And then I was like, oh, Denham seems like somebody I can listen to. So I started following Denham's, and then Denham's tossed me over to you. So that's how I got to you. And of course, I've gotten to a lot of other people, but I think that is the exact path that I got to iDanSimpson show.
That is fascinating. That is fascinating. Okay. I always love those little pathways and that's cool because I don't really know like some of those creators like too well. I don't like watch their stuff. Hold on. Someone's saying audio isn't working. I think we're good now, though.
Oh, no. It's okay. We're good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're
PJ,
good.
are we okay?
Pro streamers.
I'm a pro streamer. It's good. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
Good now. That was just I do want to check this one scene, actually. Just this
Yeah, of course. Here. I am right here. Look at my beautiful purple face.
I love it. Beautiful face. Okay. Purple. So, Evie, that's fascinating. Let me go ahead and then ask a little bit about sorry, I'm having an issue on my end. A little bit about sort of like what you're up to. You know, feel free to let folks know if you're willing to share where you live, what you do, and where people can find you if that's the kind of thing that you want to share.
Well, I am Oregon all the way, Pacific Northwest, 10 out of 10, best coast, West Coast. And you can find me anywhere at Purple Ibichan. That's my handle. And then my art portfolio is Joshann.com, which is my first name. And then what am I doing right now? Well, I'm working, getting that bread, Thankfully I can work from home, which allows me a lot of time to listen to the streamers.
Awesome.
Because I have ADHD and I need like 5 things on at once. So, but yeah, no, I've just been making that bread, listening to the streamers, trying to get back into the political scene again. Like, I thought about this last night. Like, I hard stopped after Al Gore lost.
Boy. Yeah.
And then I didn't touch anything political since. So since I knew that Biden was going to win and we were going to have, I wanted to get back into it. And so that's why I started to like curiously poke around and try and figure out what's going on.
I love how it was Al Gore. Al Gore. What was it about him? It just sort of felt like no one fucking cared? You're like, well, this guy cares about the world. No one fucking cares. What's the deal? What
Yeah, I
about
think
that?
it was pretty simple. Like I'm still working with the terms. I feel
Yeah.
like a boomer sometimes. I'm a millennial, I promise.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I honestly, it was my political knowledge has been very surface level since recently. So I just picked Al Gore because he seemed like he cared about other people, and that's really all I needed.
Sure.
I really just want people to care about other people. Is that so much to ask?
It is. Unfortunately,
Okay, that's
yeah.
fine.
No, I'm not saying it should be, but it is. Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, fine. I know.
But yeah, no, it just I just was like, okay, well, I can no longer handle this, so I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna try and live and try and do my shit, and then all of a sudden, Trump happened. That was bad, and
Yeah.
then now, now I've started to get back into it because I was really interested in it, and now it's just there's this sloth of knowledge out there that I have yet to even begin to tap into. And it's all just so fascinating to listen to. So, yeah.
It sort of felt a little bit like you were tapping into maybe some things, some thoughts that you might have, that we might share when we talk about your leftward bound journey. So, I don't know how you identify. If you do identify as a leftist, that's fine. If not, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't need to share how you identify ideologically or politically. But I was wondering if you wanted to talk a little bit more, perhaps about your pathway to where you are politically.
Well, I mean, the pathway was originally, I'm raised atheist, so I had that going for me. So thank God, GAWD, God. And I'm also female, but I also, I don't feel like I had the same, I don't know, female experience as many others did. Like I didn't have to deal with a lot of sexism that I know that it is sexism. I guess, I don't know. Anyway, but I loved school. I'm an artist. So if you go to my website, joshann.com, you'll see all of my art.
Can I pull that up? Is that okay?
And yeah, of course. I'm specifically been working on, I'm a graphic designer. My bachelor's degree is in graphic design. And I was very supported by my parents to go through an art degree. So there you go. I had parents that raised me atheist. I had, my mom was super, was the pants in the family. So I didn't deal with a lot of shit I feel like others, I don't know, people might have dealt with. And just I don't know, at the beginning I would consider myself misled about what things were, like communism. Like I keep thinking to myself that communism is bad. Like that's the kind of propaganda that was put in my brain, and I need to keep no, that isn't what communism is. So yeah, no, I would consider myself now a socialist. Or left, obviously left. I did that graph thing, and I am dab smack in the middle of that left lower corner. So that's where I am. And yeah, I just try to watch a slew of people. I don't try to limit myself to one. The only thing that limits me is my empathy. I am extremely empathetic, and if somebody speaks a certain way or acts a certain way on stream, I can't watch them anymore. My empathy connects with something that's going on in their brain, like the brainworms. My empathy connects with the brainworms, Dan, and my empathy knows about the brainworms. And so it's like, hey, this person's got brainworms and is super smooth. So get away, get far away. And so I just listen to that, and I just listen to the people that fill me out, cool me down, and Dan would be one of those.
We try. I try. I'm trying to cool myself out. That's part of it, Like I see what you see, and I probably feel some of the same feelings that you feel, and and I got a fur baby that's trying to ruin the stream
I
right
know.
now.
I have my fur baby in my hand too, because
Yeah.
she just wants out and wants to be a menace.
Yeah.
She's an old fur baby.
They're little terrorists.
They're little terrorists.
And they get away with it. We keep giving them food every day.
Mm-hmm.
They're living the life.
They're avatars of entropy. I love it.
I've never heard this.
I
love that.
Well, that's what we call my niece.
Yeah.
That she's an avatar of entropy, because she comes through the house and just destroys. So yeah, they're just little terrors, and I love them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why we love them. Right, Yoshi?
That's why we love them. Right, Yoshi? Yoshi knows I'm talking to you, so that's why she's hanging out.
She does.
She's such a good girl.
All she wants is all the attention.
Yes.
So, EB, we've talked a little bit about what you do. We got the link where people can check out your art, which I will try to drop into the chat if I can work around my cat. Yes. There we go. Cats are comrades. This is a comrade cat from space. This is a good comrade here. And so what I'd like to do, we've talked a bit about what you do, what a little bit of your leftward bound journey, and I wonder if you had the chance, and you do now, to distill those experiences. What would you share with our audience? What do you think we can share and teach?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm learning a lot more from personal stories. So as I'm watching streamers, as I'm gathering people that I like to watch, I'm just definitely just like listening, hearing their lives, hearing their stories, hearing their struggles, understanding, how, and then, having my own people that I know of that need that I want to, my actions should, oh God, how am I trying to say this? I want my actions to promote their thriving, I guess. So like trans thriving, Black Lives Matter, like that sort of thing. Like you just be a human being that cares about other human being. And I honestly, I'm just seeing the right, and I'm seeing the conservatives. I'm hearing all their stories, and they're just stories, and they frighten me, and that they'll hurt other humans. And so I just want to continue to, I don't know. I want to keep hearing stories. I want to keep learning about, because I think I told this to Rel. My world is really small right now.
Okay.
And I think everybody's world is really small right now. And we forget that there's other humans out there. And I think right now we're forgetting that there's other like real humans out there that have real human feelings. And and I like that I can reach out through the internet and find those stories and try to come up with, when I go out, I can be like, okay, I have been armed with this knowledge. And so when I see something or I hear something, maybe I might be able to do something, or maybe I might be able to say something to somebody else down the road. Like that might change their mind. So yeah, I don't know. I let my empathy guide me for the most part, and I go from there, I think. But basically, yeah, it's those personal, like what has happened to you. Like especially like Demon Mama, for example, she gives a lot of stories about her experiences, and it's just like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Like that's my privilege. I see my privilege. Oh my God. and then I can assess that and then move on from there. So that's just an example of what's been really helping me, but that's me.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's why I have you here. I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're saying that, just by practicing empathy, you see that people are put into different situations, and perhaps you see the cause of that, and these are things that have sort of pushed you left and are
Yes.
things that are guiding you as well.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah. Thank you for
Awesome.
for explaining that.
No,
Yes.
no problem.
I
That's my job as an
haven't really
interviewer.
I haven't really read up. I'm not really learned. I'm just moving along in the world. Like, don't be a dick, okay? Just can we
Don't be
be
a dick.
nice, please?
Yeah.
Please can. Yeah.
Real quick, Evie, and I hate to interrupt here, but I do want to thank
Of course.
Kami Buddhist. Thank you, Kami Buddhist, for the
Kami
raid.
Buddhist.
That was really very nice of you.
Hi, Raiders.
I'm almost certainly going to forget to edit this out. So for the YouTube audience, you should also know of Kami Buddhist. And for those who are with me, make sure you're following Kami Buddhist here on the twitch.tv. It's free to follow. Hey, Kami Buddhist, love your face. Thank you for the raid. Hey, Raiders. I'm Dan. I'm interviewing a friend of mine, member of the community, EB. And we're chatting about our leftward path. And actually, Evie, I wonder if I can go back to the leftward bound question. I've been needing to ask folks a little bit more specifically about some of the, what do I want to say? Some maybe aspects of even of leftist theory, even if you haven't read, because you know me, I don't read, maybe aspects of leftist theory, thinking or history or anything else that helped to win your heart and mind and to push you to the left. Anything that's like anything that like you were convinced. For instance, for me, when I was convinced that when I worked at a job, they were stealing my money, effectively profit extraction, they were stealing from me. That was one of the things that pushed me left. Anything that you can think of that sticks out in your time that sort of won your heart and mind over to the left?
Well, I think I was initially left. Like, I was born left because we were raised atheist. I think that was initially the beginning, because I didn't have a lot of the, what I feel now is, oh God, what's the word? I'm so bad with words. Where they're indoctrinating the kids, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so instead of doing that, I was outside, or I was playing with I was dealing with animals, and I was raising animals and caring for animals. And I think understanding that an animal is completely in your care, and that started to come out too. Like, that started to like come to fruition in my brain as well. I don't really have any theory or anything. I just have this knowledge that, I guess I was raised on, those anime, not anime, but I mean, I was raised on Sailor Moon. So there you go. That should explain everything.
All right. Sailor Moon.
That's my leftism right there. Sailor Moon. No.
Yeah? Do you think they pushed you left? I don't know much about Sailor Moon.
It's all about your friendship and being kind to one another and defeating the people who are doing bad things, and just going through life and being best, like we need to be. Just be best. It's so simple. Put the card away when you're done with it. Like, be the best human you can be, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm a little scattered, but what?
No, you're perfect.
I don't know what my pathway is. Just that I was atheist. I'm an artist. I'm constantly looking and observing. I'm the lurker in the back. I'm that poster in the background, Dan, of your scene. I'm that person just hanging out there staring at you, watching. What are you doing? How is it working? Can I take this knowledge and do better from it? So I'm kind of like an observer, a lurker, and I've just watched and observed a lot of people and what they've dealt with and what they've gone with, and of course my empathy. And I think that's what's put me to the left. It's just like, there's people out there who need us as a society. There's animals out there who need us as a society. There's things that need us and to care for them. And we should, as a group, do that. And I guess that's just, I don't know, it's built up over time, but just be best. It really
Hashtag
is that
be
simple.
best. Hashtag be best. I love that. And I just wanted to loop back and make
Yeah.
sure I didn't leave anything out. And I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
And thank you for allowing me to ask about that.
Of
So
course.
did we leave anything out of the hashtag be best? Anything else you could, did I ask
don't
this question?
know.
I'm sorry. I'm a little scattered.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, let me tell you though,
Okay.
I know nothing of Marx.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I was reading
He's
this
just,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sure I've like heard about him. Obviously, you guys are all talking and you're saying Marx and talking about Marx, and then I'm like,
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to read up on it. I don't know who
Don't
Daddy
read.
Marx is. I want.
Don't.
Yeah, I know.
You know me. I don't read. EB, that means I've failed you. You're telling me I've failed you as a streamer. No, honestly, this reminds me. Reminds me that I got no, it wasn't only a few months ago that I sort of understood that Marx, what he represented and specifically what he represented. Like, but you know me, I don't read books. I watch movies.
Yeah.
And so I think this speaks to the fact that I should do more like 101 type stuff, like Marx 101.
Yeah.
We'll do this someday. I need it for me.
Yeah. No, that would actually be helpful because honestly, but I mean, the other thing is I'm really bad with names. So it could be that I know of Marx, but I just, and know of all the things, but I just, I haven't pieced the name with the thing yet. You know what I mean?
That's fun.
Yeah.
So the question is, of course, be best, which is you had the chance to go back in time, maybe to meet a younger version of yourself, or if you could share some insights with folks in chat or who are watching a replay. I don't know. What can we share with some folks? Anything else we left out?
Well, I would just say that for me, as a me thing that I would have gone and done, I think I would have left my family sooner. You said you would have left your family sooner? Yeah, no, like as in I'm not living with them anymore. So I think because I'm a millennial and I don't make that much money, I decided to live with my family to save money. And I think I should have tried out to go out on my own like my brother did. That would have been but that was just a lack of confidence in me and my confidence. So I just recognize you're still thinking back, like I would have left my family sooner, but that was just a confidence thing. And then listen as much as possible, observe as much as possible. And then when you're done observing and listening, repeat what the person said and try to, like what you just did, like try piece together this mishmash of what this person has said to you and reiterate, and hopefully they'll know you've listened to them essentially. So just, have more confidence. So that's number one, just go outside, buy some confidence. That's really important. And then listen. Just try to observe, try to understand, try to see where people are coming from. But again, that's something that not a lot of people, I think, are at yet because they want to get their story out, which is totally fine, which makes a lot of sense. But I would just be like, I'm going to wait to tell my story, and I'm just going to listen to you and see what's going on first. That would be what I would say.
Sort of I'll throw in there a concept of ratio, how much one speaks versus how much they're listening.
Yes.
I think when one can become aware of that, then they can go, oh, maybe I am speaking too much versus how much I'm listening. Another concept is how many questions one asks versus how many claims they make. That's really good shit. Is there anything you could share with us in terms of, I don't know, how you feel like you gained confidence to move out and move on your own?
Well,
anything instrumental there?
The confidence came from actually having a job that pays.
Okay. Yeah.
Goddamn capitalism. Yeah. Dan, make it stop.
I'm just one guy.
Dan, I need you to stop capitalism single-handedly right now. I'm so tired of it. Yeah. It is your job.
It's my fault and AOC's fault. You can blame us. Absolutely.
Yes, 100%. And
That's lovely. So
Yeah.
gain some confidence, find some confidence somehow, and and listen.
I don't have. I'm still working on my own confidence. I tell you what. So
hey, same here. It's a work in progress. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Beautiful. So Evie.
Yes.
I do. Unless did I cut you off there? Let me know if you had any other gems that I can squeeze out of you.
I'm just ready for the questionnaire, honestly.
All right, here comes the questionnaire. This is the Leftist Inquisition. This is today's, at least today's iteration of the Leftist Inquisition. It'll probably start to look different as we do it more and more. And I did add the graphics after all, didn't I? Yeah. So first question will be, what's your favorite word?
What's my favorite word? I was really thinking about this, and I could not, for the life of me, figure out what was my favorite word. I would say, I would just go by use. So I would say "ope" is my favorite word.
Ope.
And "oh golly."
Ope as in ope. What is that?
Yeah, Midwestern. It's what you do as a Midwestern. You're like, oh, sorry, let me get by here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna.
So funny. I say it all the time, but I've never thought about it in text.
Oh God,
that's blown my mind
every single time.
Because I say it all. You drop some. Whoop.
Yeah. Yep. Oh.
Wow.
Oh no. Oh.
Wow. You done blowed my mind. It's funny.
I know. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I came from Iowa, so I'm half Midwestern, half Pacific. There goes my dog. But yeah, ask me the next thing, so I'll let my dog out.
All right, then what's your least favorite word? Oh, I think maybe you said after you let your dog out. I'm sorry.
No, I got it. She's just being a little terror. What can I say?
Babies.
My least favorite word is panty.
You don't like panty?
I hate that word. The connotations behind it, the way it's said, how it's said. No. Ugh.
All right, I won't say that. You prefer
don't ever say
undergarment, female undergarments. Fair enough. Yes, that doesn't sound cringe at all.
Underpants and
hard T panty is even worse.
Hard P. That is the oh no.
Like panty, not great, but panty.
That's okay.
Oh,
don't.
Oh God, you're right. Don't. It is the hard T.
See, it's bad.
I didn't realize.
Such a bad word.
I didn't realize that was what made it so funny. Unmentionables. Funny. That's what all right.
Don't do it.
Favorite word, least favorite word. How about a favorite drug, vice, or guilty pleasure? You can name one for each of those if you like.
Well, my drug would have to be weed, of course. I love smoking with you, Dan. It is 10 out of 10 enjoyable. Mostly because I'm smoking by myself.
I know, right? It's good to have a friend. I'm going to go ahead and hit my pen then for you. How about that? Cheers, huh? Yeah.
Please.
I'm going to hit my pen.
I need to I'm waiting for my new rig to come so I have dab ready. And I'm waiting for my new rig to come, but it hasn't been shipped yet. So I bought that on my birthday. So that's been a while.
Man. So what kind of rig? What do you got?
Oh yeah, it's just a glass, obviously purple on the inside, but it's got several perks in it. Okay. And I love a perk. And it's just, and then I got the Terp Slurper, which I learned off of your stream. Yeah. Off of your, let's learn about weed. Your weed feed.
Oh my God.
And
is that the one where it's got the little thing on the bottom?
Yeah, the bottom. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I've got purple balls to put on the inside of the Terp Slurper.
Terp balls.
Yeah, no, I've got everything. And then if I wanted to use the rig for flower, I picked up an ash catcher.
Oh, that is based. I'm really jealous of this. This sounds great, actually.
Yeah, but I'm just missing the rig, Dan.
Yeah, okay. One last thing. That honestly sounds like me when I was putting my computer together and I had everything except for the motherboard. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me.
I know, right?
The one thing that everything goes into.
No, that would be my favorite rug.
Okay.
And then guilty pleasure would be playing video games, watching stream.
What video games
I've just been playing.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's very, very, very easy games. It's Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
and Skyrim.
Fuck yes. That sounds fun.
I know.
What's your system? What system do you play on? Your PC?
Yes, I have a PC that I built with my dad, which was very wholesome.
Hey.
And I honestly would have bought a Mac, but a Mac was twice the price. So I grew up on them, so they have a soft spot for me.
Yeah.
So they make more sense to me, but that's just me. And then of course I'm a digital artist, so most of the digital stuff that I do is on like my Apple iPad, for example. So I know I shouldn't love them, but I do.
No. There's no rules. There are no rules here.
Yes. And then I've got a Switch.
You got to switch to it, as do I. I haven't played it in a long time, though, and I sort of regret it. It's just been sitting there because I have a computer now. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a fucking computer.
I love it. I love it for the Animal Crossing. I just wake up and play Animal Crossing.
That's actually where I started playing Skyrim.
And it tells me what day of the week is.
Is on the Switch.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, I stepped on you
there.
You're
Skyrim.
saying, yeah.
No. Yeah, no, I'm just gushing about Animal Crossing. That's okay.
I sort of never got into that. Because I part of my reasoning was like, well, I have Stardew Valley. That's what I thought. I'm like, they're pretty much the same. One's cuter though.
Oh yeah,
it's much cuter.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would say Animal Crossing is cuter, and then I use it to ground me in the day of the week.
Okay.
Because when you launch the game up, Isabel's like, "Hey, it's Tuesday," and I'm like, "Oh, right, it's Tuesday."
Now I know.
The days have merged together. Yeah. So no, I've kind of integrated it into my daily life. So yeah, no, I just chilling out with a video game, especially like Skyrim, because I love just stealing shit. I get that like. I don't know. They've made stealing shit in Skyrim so therapeutic. I don't know how to explain it. You take the thing and you feel it being taken. I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
But it feels so good.
You mean like pickpocketing people?
No,
or are you
no.
talking,
oh God, no.
the
I
opening,
can't steal the safe. No.
The lock picking?
Oh, this lock picking is super fun too. But no, I can't steal from people. I mean, I'm like in a cave taking shit.
That's fun. Oh my gosh. Based.
No, in like Saints Row the Third, for example, I would run around to try and find a car that was parked and not steal from another person who was driving the car. Like that's Saints Row the Third. I couldn't steal from people. Like this fake person is driving to work right now. I cannot take their car.
Right? Yeah.
I'm so bad.
You don't want them to get fired, right?
No.
They got a whole life to live.
Exactly.
I get it.
I can find a parked car. Nobody's using it.
It's very thoughtful of you.
I know. I know.
You're always very thoughtful. Hilarious.
I try.
It's Joshann. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
so
two names smacked together.
Okay. Joshann, tell me please a sound or a noise that you love.
Water.
Like
rain.
Running water. Oh, okay.
Anything that involves water can just continue to exist for all time and bless my two pathetic ears. No, I mean, they are pretty pathetic. I've got really bad tinnitus.
Oh, so no. I'm sorry.
I need like all kinds of white noise to deal with it. Okay, so I love water. just let me hear it all day, every day.
I don't know if you've mentioned that in my chat before or if someone else was mentioning that to
Ruel
me.
mentioned it.
Ruel, there it is. Yeah.
Because he's also awesome.
He is. Absolutely. Well, Evie, how about a sound or noise that you hate?
I hate complete silence.
You really don't like complete silence. Why?
Absolutely dislike.
You start to like hear your brain activity or what?
I hear my brain
tinnitus.
And then I hear the tinnitus.
Right, sorry.
And there's like a pressure. I don't know how to explain it, but my ears get like a pressured feeling.
Wow.
And I cannot handle it.
Okay.
And I think, again, that's probably from the tinnitus.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I hate silence and mouth noises, but that's beside the point. But silence is my, ugh. I actually have a pair of headphones that I can throw on that go into the bone of my skull instead. So that when they're bone conducting headphones, so that when I'm out and about with people and there's silence, I can throw those on and still hear.
Wow. That is fascinating. I'd like to see those someday.
Aftershocks headphones or something. They're just bone conducting headphones that go right above your ear. And that helps me when there is silence and I cannot control the silence.
Wow. That's fascinating. Yeah. Aftershocks.
No, they're...
Yeah?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Those. Yeah,
that is fascinating.
They're amazing. And they open your ears. They keep your ears open.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
that's what I use.
You're like, I'm just gonna throw these on for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was in a meeting with somebody and their office was very quiet and I was about ready to freak out and I was like, nope, I have my headphones and I threw those on and
that's fascinating.
It's like the opposite of being deaf. I'm hearing too much.
Yeah.
And so I have to block out a lot.
Do you enjoy music?
Oh yeah. Oh God. Yes. 100%. The lo-fi chill beats has saved me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so good. It's like this style of music. I'm like, where have you been?
So good. Yeah,
it's good
where
for my
have
ears.
you been?
Right.
I love this shit so much.
It's just not demanding, but it's there.
No, it's right in the background. It gives you a good beat. It's got a good rhythm. And just, it blew my mind when I found it. Absolutely blew my mind.
Based. Next, how about a sound no, we already talked about the sounds or noises.
We did that.
Okay, right. Done. How about reincarnation? If you reincarnated, I can't say that fucking word. I literally need to practice this word. Reincarnated as a plant or a different animal. So yeah, not a human. What would you like to be? Everybody wants to be a cat.
Well, I mean, I relate so hard to a cat.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody told me that they're an animal of consent. And that blew my, like, it's so true. Somebody just said it.
They choose to live with us. Yeah.
Yes. It's all about consent. And then that also just explains so many people to me. Especially those people who are like, I hate cats. And it's like, oh, well, does that mean you didn't give the cat a chance to give you consent? Is that what you're telling me?
It can often be.
Why is the cat biting me? Telling? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just don't get cats, dude.
You just don't understand. So that means I kind of want to stay away from you because that means you don't understand consent.
Red flag, huh?
Red flag.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see that now. I didn't see that before. Now I get that, actually.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, why aren't you a cat person? The fuck's wrong with you?
Exactly. What's wrong with you? Like, I just don't understand. But yeah, no, I would be a cat. I want to lord over all of you. Yeah. In my place of up and watch you and stare at you. And then maybe I'll come down. I'll get my one pat on my belly and then I'll leave. Thank you very much. Good day, sir. I said good day.
I said good day. Hilarious. You're funny. That's why I'm glad to have you here.
Try. It's the trauma.
Alrighty. So what about God? Let's say one day you find out heaven and God exist. And knowing now that you likely got some time before you pass, what would you like to hear them say at the end of your life as you enter your version of the pearly gates?
Yes. Well, I mean, I personally believe in reincarnation, so it would just be a restart. But if there was somebody who said something to me, I would just be like, I would want them to tell me that my art has inspired somebody, or my art continues on, or something about my art that I've done something with it that it inspired somebody. I don't know. I think that's what I want. But honestly, in my opinion, it's just you have older souls and younger souls, and you just keep working through. And then as soon as that soul has figured it out, then it goes. But I mean, that's very surface level. But yeah, no, I would say that I want people to. I would hope that my art has done something for somebody, helped them, made them feel a certain way. It's up still. Somebody treasures it.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you mentioned earlier, you're like, I don't really know who Marx is. That's fine.
Yeah.
I want you to imagine, I don't know, another influential leftist, just someone on the left that's important to you, that you maybe look up to. You had the chance to talk with them, and you told them what you told me today. What do you think they would say about what you told me today?
I don't know, Dan. What would you tell me about
me? Oh, I just think you're a beautiful human being, and you're wonderful, and you know, I love how you're just cool as fuck. You're chill as fuck. You don't take this leftist thing too seriously. I've recently sort of been going like, well, fuck, what do I believe? And I do this from time to time. So I've dug in a little bit. As you also see, I can't do it all the time. I just can't do it all the time. I gotta have a fun. I gotta have candy, or the fun half or whatever. So I like how you're sort of like along with me for the journey. That's just really been nice. It's just nice to have you as part of the community. With that said, I can't exactly tell you what I would say because I'm not. What would I say? I can tell you what I would say because I am me. Hold on, let me think here.
Yes, are you, Dan?
I should have been taking notes.
If you want somebody else, I'll try. But no, I do watch you, and I watch a lot of people, and I try not to be one of those people who's like, oh my God, this person said a bad thing at one point in their life, but they've grown from it. So, okay, let me figure out if they've grown from it. And then, I don't know. I just listen to a lot of people. I just let my empathy guide that. And so again, if they're saying things or I can't handle, then I'm going to like start questioning them. But so far, the people I've watched regularly, they're really solid. They might have a few weird takes here and there, but I think that's just being human. Like I just get really frustrated with people and their stark ideas, and it's just like, can we just remember that everyone is a human and everyone is doing their best and everyone is trying. But I would say that person would be like, yeah, you're doing a good job, you're continuing to be a good person, you're doing your best not to cause harm. And I think that's enough, honestly. I think anyone would be proud of that. If I went up to anybody, that you're doing the best you can, you're doing your best not to cause harm, and you're gonna mess up because you're a human. And just recognizing when you mess up and apologizing and moving on from that. So that's all I want.
That's beautiful. I would chime in if I could maybe answer that question again. I would just say that you're someone I look up to, and it's been pretty much primarily through text, which is sort of this fascinating thing that can develop. You can develop a relationship with someone like that, and you're someone I don't want to disappoint, and you help keep me going. Like you're one of definitely a handful of really important people in my chat in the greater community here, and I just really appreciate having you here and having the chance to chat with you about some of these things. Now, I would like to follow this up with a related question. Now, you do have time. We got some time left in our lives, hopefully to do some cool stuff. I don't know. Let's say years from now, you get to I don't know, either talk to Marx or you get to talk to me again. I don't know. Like, what would you like to have someone, I guess, like me say, since you brought me up? Like, what would you like to have said about you?
Just that you're continuing to do continuing to be as best as you can and as good as you can. And I appreciate that you continue to follow through with that, I guess, you know, because I would hate for me to just suddenly switch, you know, and be like, no, I'm a horrible person now, which I just can't imagine. I've got way too much anxiety for that. But just, you know, just that you're continuing to be a good person. You're continuing to put out good things and continuing to put out good, no harm. So, or trying to do no harm. Obviously, you can't always succeed. So
that's great.
That's what I would hope for. Just that I'm continuing, like I'm still in your circle. That's what I would hope. I would hope that I'm still allowed in these spaces. Obviously, that would be my goal, is to continue to be allowed in these spaces, which I treasure so much.
That's beautiful. I would like to hear similar things as well. That's really nice.
Although, Dan,
yeah,
we need to talk about Nad and how much I do not like him.
You know, yeah, that's the thing. That's exactly the point.
I do want to punch Nad. I'm just saying.
He's gonna get.
I'm not a violent person.
He comes out though.
Nad. He makes me mad.
Okay, so that actually concludes my questions for you. If you're in the chat, and if you have any questions for my friend EB, for Joshann here, if you have any questions, let me know. And EB, if there are any questions that you would like to answer that you see in the chat, you could feel free to do so. If you don't want to answer a question, you can just literally ignore it. And this is also your opportunity to ask me any questions right after I let my cat out.
Yeah, of course, yes. Yoshi.
That's actually Big Boy Bruce. He's such a good boy. He gets to come in and out.
And he acts all nicely.
And he's just sweet. He just goes, eh, and you let him out. I think Mark Monkey's joking. I think Mark Monkey's. That's our friend Mark Monkey, right? Is he tripping?
I don't know.
Is that a different Mark Monkey?
Chat because I'm zoomed in.
He says he's not joking.
I don't want to touch my screen and mess it all up.
Wait, no. This is like a fake Mark Monkey account or something. That's weird. I'm going to give him a 2-week. I don't know who the fuck that is. Okay. Mark Monkey is the name of someone that's on the left that I'm going to
sit back and listen.
I don't get that.
If you're throwing out anger, take a break.
All right. Any questions for me, EB?
Yeah. So I don't necessarily have any questions directly at you, but I think that I am still confused on things. I am still confused on certain identifiers when it comes to the left and what people are talking about. Like, I know I have had somebody explain tankies to me several times, and I still don't get it.
That's fine.
I guess I still am confused on the liberal hate, because initially, I would have considered myself a lib because I heard bleeding heart lib, and I'm like, oh, that's me. My heart is just bleeding for you. But like I know that I don't understand these things, and I keep hearing this, and I feel like liberal is still left of conservative. Yeah. So,
but it's still capitalist, right?
Yeah, it's still obviously.
So me as a leftist, I consider them the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like when we say lib, people are generally speaking like neoliberal. So that's pretty much like the electoral side of the electoral side of things, and there's really no left representation. There's very little actual left as an anti-capitalist representation. Who do we have? Perhaps AOC, perhaps Bernie Sanders. There's very few people who actually are leftists, who are actually anti-capitalists, who are in government. So pretty much everyone who's in Congress, who runs for office, they are all the right. Democrats are a wing of capitalism. They are the left wing of capitalism. Now, they're better than Republicans, but that doesn't say much when they're all capitalists and they all support the biggest fucking problem in the room.
Right.
So we call them neolibs in the sense that they don't really. I mean, this is what was wrong with me just a few years ago, is that I didn't really support fixing the real fucking problem, which is overthrowing capitalism, which is going to really take a lot.
Well, yeah.
So yeah. So the smear, I guess maybe in my words, I would just say, when people are talking shit about libs on the left, from my viewpoint on the left, as a socialist, as a communist, they're effectively saying, yeah, you're better than Republicans, but you're still part of the problem.
Oh, okay.
They're
I think I'm
moderates.
understanding.
They're moderate capitalists.
Okay.
Without them, the radical capitalists would stick out like a bigger sore thumb, and we'd be able to organize better against them. But it's this thing where people are like, oh, well, I got mine. They don't really see that capitalism's the problem. They look and they see, oh, maybe poor people aren't trying hard enough, or this or that.
I guess
neoliberalism is like when Nancy Pelosi throws on a kente cloth. She's not fixing racism. It's performative. Anyways, okay, so that's the problem with libs.
Right. I guess in my thought process, I would still prefer them over a Republican, because I still am scared of them.
Yeah.
as me, as a human, as a female human over here, like, they frighten me, and their need to control my body. So like, when I hear about lib hate, I'm just like, I'm confused, because I would still, in a spectrum,
good,
be more comfortable with hanging out with the libs and maybe talking about capitalism with them.
Yeah.
But then know that my safety, that I'm still safe, because they're not going to try and, I don't know, do something. Yeah.
You. I mean, you and me, exactly. We're white. We're safe, right?
I know. That's the thing, too. Yeah, exactly.
All right. I like that you've said that really well. It's a spectrum of fucking harm. And I'd say, fucking the far right, they're on the far end of that spectrum. And Democrats are just on a closer end of that spectrum, but still too far right.
Yes. I'm sorry if my audio changed a little bit. My headphones. My headphones died. It's better?
Like
oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know. It sounds better.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Well, it's just not on my headphones. Instead, it's just on my iPad.
I'm just going to double check that I don't have another interview right after this. And if you have time, then I'm happy to continue chatting.
Of course.
Okay.
I love chatting with you, Dan.
Because I liked how we're hashing this out. Hey, Choom Room.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the deal. The Republicans are very bad.
Yeah.
They're also on the spectrum. Who's farther right than them? I don't know, probably the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, right?
Yeah.
So they're all on the spectrum. A little bit to the left of them is the Joe Manchins, right? The far right Democrats, the Kristen Cinemas, that she's a Democrat, right? Right? She's a Democrat. Like, aren't they supposed to solve our problems? No, dude. They're part of the problem, right? They're on the right. But yeah, they are farther to the left.
Okay, so I'm hearing they're part of the problem.
Right.
However, I prefer that right now that a lib is in power versus a Republican. I guess I just get confused when we're having conversations and it feels like we're pointing at left people and being like, bad. And it's like, well, wait a minute. It's not, they just have bad ideas on these certain subjects, but for the most part, they want humans to be humans.
Right.
And I don't know. I get confused, and maybe that's just me and my, like, I want everybody to be happy.
Right.
And I don't want anybody to fight.
Right. And I promise you, neoliberal, policies aren't going to get us there. And that's why we do talk shit about them. But I would like to hope, as you watch my channel, like, someone's going to be like, AOC is pretty much the same as Ted Cruz. I'm going to be like, shut the fuck up. I shut that shit the fuck down, right? And that does exist. And I don't do that. I don't play that game.
No. So
I hear everything you're saying, and I don't disagree with anything. I mean, we're on the same page here.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's just like I'm listening to a bunch of people, and I don't exactly have a textbook in front of me with all of these definitions.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they're throwing a lot of buzzwords out, and so I'm just kind of gleaning over time what those meanings are instead of like looking them up like a like I probably should, but
No, that's good.
I just get more out of that personal story than I do reading about what a tanky is, I guess. I don't know.
You don't need to know what a tanky is. Honestly, if you know what a tanky is, you're entirely too online. And this comes from someone who's a little bit aware of what the term means. I don't want to know it. You don't need to know what it means. You just don't.
But it's just like these words just get thrown around, and I'm like, okay, all I'm picturing is a big machine, not a human.
Yeah, tanks. It's literally.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a tank.
I mean, yeah, that's sort of what it is.
That hasn't like clicked in my brain. Anyway, it's sort of like
okay. Do you want to know? Do I have to? Do you want to know tanky? I can try to explain it to you. It's pretty much people who like defend like specific authoritarian leftists and their like authoritarian policies. Those people existed in the past, and the communism of the future will have to take account of the what the conditions on the ground at that time. So it's just dumb. It's the dumbest conversation. You don't need to hear about it. It's like people arguing about whether, there should have been gulags, or it's just like, we don't need to be doing this. Let's just, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like tankies is like defending leftists who use tanks. How about that? It's a very bad definition, but you sort of get the idea. Okay.
That helps me with the name.
There you go. If that helps.
Yeah. See, this is just something that happened. I like to glean information.
But you need to know that just like any other term, I could be using it one way, someone could be using it a very different way.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's just important to know. Either way, you don't need to know it. And I wish I didn't tell you. God damn it. God damn it.
No, I think it's important to know things. And so that
not
you
that one.
Understand what's going on.
I think there's a point at which you can know enough about something to know that you don't need to know anymore. And that's pretty much where I am with tankies.
Yeah. But I need to get to that point.
All right. Well, how about this? How about we wrap things up? Yes. Any other questions from the chat for EB? Hit me right now, unless you have any more questions for me. EB,
I just
can wrap that thing up.
Hearts to you, Dan.
Hey.
Can I just I'm going to gush about you now. This is my time.
Oh.
My turn to gush. Dan, you're amazing, and I appreciate you. And I don't know, your voice is very calming to me. I'm a very auditory person, and so I rely. I'm very picky about what comes into my ears, and you get to come into my lollipop. Wait a minute.
All right, everyone. That's the show.
Bye. Anyway, no, you're just amazing phrasing, and I just appreciate you, and I love hearing you every day and your journey, and I'm learning with you, and I appreciate that because you ask the questions like, what does this mean? I don't get it.
Yeah, and I want you to ask those questions. So I honestly feel a little bit bad you never asked along the way. That honestly feels like a failure of mine. We'll work on that.
No, the other part of me is like, I don't want to take over. I want to ask my questions, but they need to be like relevant in the moment, I guess. And so maybe I just haven't asked I don't know. Sometimes I ask the question, sometimes I don't. But just continue being your amazing self, Dan. I will punch Nad. You can just pretend that anytime Nad comes up, that there's this purple little bunny that comes in and just sits on your face. I don't know, just like punches you. Phrasing again! No, stop it! Stop it! That's not what I mean! Dan! Stop it!
Oh, Lordy. All right. Well.
Anyway. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm trying to say you're great. So much communal love. You. 100%. Hearts. Thank you.
Hearts. EB, thank you again. Invited you here in the spirit of, growing leftist unity, strength, and power. I'd like to think we're moving in that direction, and I want to thank you very much for your time, for sharing your story, for sharing some tips and tricks, life tips, and love your face, EB. You have a beautiful, wonderful day. Thank you, Joshann.
Thank you.
All right. Bye now.
You're the best.
Oh, I think I broke it. Oh, you broke it. I'm going to blame it on you. Hey, YouTube. You're watching a clip from my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/iDanSimpson, where you can follow for free and subscribe for only $5 a month. Thanks for watching.